Guys, I'm currently driving on my way to the gym, and I thought I would record a quick video for you guys so I can share with you what are the steps that I have taken to finally crack the code with dropshipping and be able to generate profitable results year after year for over 5 years now. So I've been running my branded dropshipping store since 2019. I've been focusing on the sole store ever since. I haven't diverted my attention into any other venture or business opportunity or building another branded e-commerce store and whatnot. All I have done is just focus on this exact same store, which, like I said, I have been running since 2019, and I've been trying to scale the store ever since I first launched it in August of 2019. I remember starting with the goal of achieving my very first sale, and I recall it didn't take me quite long to realize that first sale, and man, when that first sale hit, I felt like a man on top of the moon. I felt like I had finally found a way to finally start generating some money online, because back at the time you have to keep in mind that I was unemployed. I was a master's degree holder who did not find any success trying to secure his first job. So I had so much pressure coming from my family, coming from myself. I did not want to deceive myself, to deceive my family, given how much effort I have put into my studies and how much effort my parents have invested into me as well. So with all these factors in mind, I had so much pressure, and I took all of that pressure and tried to find the first job that I would secure after coming out of a business school, but I still could not successfully secure a job. So it got to the point where I was sick and tired of applying endlessly to jobs and sitting for meaningless interviews that would end up nowhere. It would end up either in a complete rejection or simply just ignoring my application. And so I got very much used to that until I reached the day where I decided I am done with all of this BS, and I was putting in so much into trying to find something that at the end of the day would not even give me a chance of realizing my wildest dreams. So I figured, if I'm spending so much time and energy into something that is so limited, something that has a cap and that would not, like I said, help me realize my dreams, then I might as well spend this energy and time into something that has the ability, can create the possibility for me to achieve my dreams. So that's how I came across online businesses, generating money online, and I found so many opportunities, but the one opportunity that resonated the most with me was e-commerce dropshipping. Why? Because I really liked the idea of selling something online to a complete stranger while sitting in your room or wherever you are, working from wherever you are, whenever you want, and just having complete, total geographical and time freedom. This opportunity looked amazing to me. So among all the other opportunities like social media marketing agency, affiliate marketing, and other online business ventures, this was the one that resonated the most with me. And that's when I decided to burn the ships and to just, like I said, put all my effort and energy into building my own e-commerce store. Long story short, I got started in 2018, and my very first store was a massive disaster. I remember I tried to build something into a niche I was just trying to sell products in that niche, but I just was totally ignorant of, you have to market a store, how you have to launch Facebook ads, how you have to optimize the store, and just make sure that the store is confidence inspiring to whoever is browsing it. And with me ignoring all of these important things and these important keys in e-commerce, it led me to basically burning a lot of money. I had just a little savings, a couple hundreds of dollars, and I pretty much burned through all of them trying to generate sales and trying to be profitable for my very first store. It got to the point where I realized that I needed coaching, that I did not have time to waste. With the little cash that I had remaining, I decided to invest it in a course for around $300. And the moment I bought that course, I was super excited, super pumped, super fired up. I took a notebook and I started going through that course like a maniac and just taking down countless notes. I remember I filled up pretty much the entire notebook And yeah, once I was done with the learning, I launched my second store, and this time it only took me 7 products to find my first winning product. And I was like, wow. I was like, man, this is really working, and I cannot believe what is happening. I'm able to generate thousands of dollars, something that I was fantasizing about every single day since I first got into this e-commerce journey. So long story short, I tested over 200 products and was only able to find 3 winners. 2 of them were on a bigger scale, the third one was on a smaller scale. But the point is, there was a major flow in the results that I was able to generate. I was extremely frustrated with how inconsistent the whole thing is, and how I was not able to find winning products consistently. So what would happen basically is the profits that I would make from a winning product, I would end up burning through all of them, almost 95% of them, and then I would find the next winning product. So it was a hamster wheel, a very frustrating hamster wheel that really made me ask very deep questions about whether or not I wanted to pursue something in e-commerce, dropshipping. I decided to sell the second store for $7,000, and then I got into high ticket closing. It was a coaching program sold by Dan Locke, if you guys know who it is, an Asian entrepreneur. He's based out of Canada, and he sells these HTC coaching programs. So I enrolled in it and went through the coaching program for 2 to 3 months, and then I started trying to find coaches or influencers to close deals for, but unfortunately I was not successful in that endeavor. What I did is I started thinking about going back to e-com, and came across a very successful dropshipping store this time while just scrolling through my Facebook feed. And what I found out was something very refreshing, something new which I hadn't seen being done before on a dropshipping store. So basically what this store was doing, it was basically a branded dropshipping store which comes across as a real brand. It didn't give off any dropshipping vibes just off of browsing the website and navigating through the different menus. This made me realize a major breakthrough, which is to brand your dropshipping store and pick a niche and just go all out. So you have 2 major components in this equation. The first one basically is brand. So you have to build a brand story, a brand identity. And then the second one is you have to pick a niche. So typically people, they look for niches that work, that have been proven to generate very good numbers, and regardless of their interest vis-a-vis of these niches. What I did personally, since I came across this store which I saw was involved in a niche I was passionate about, is I did pretty much the very same thing. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. All I had to do was to copy the exact same concept of this very successful 8-figure branded dropshipping store and just bring my own twist on it, find some flaws in the website design, in the branding strategy, in the product quality, find out about the customer reviews, what exactly those customers are expressing in their reviews when they have tested the product themselves and used them for a long period of time, pinpoint the shortcomings of the competitor, the number one competitor, and come up with a very elaborate plan to improve on all of those shortcomings so that you come in the market, so that you hit the market with a much better value proposition, which is going to outperform your competitors at the end of the day. So that's exactly what I did for my first branded dropshipping store, which I launched, like I said, back in 2019. I decided to focus all my attention and energy into one single store only. Back in time, I remember I was watching a lot of gurus, and a lot of them were flexing 5, 6, 7, even more stores, running them at the same time. But the idea of running multiple stores at the same time never really appealed to me. The reason being is I personally believe an online dropshipping e-commerce store is pretty much the same as a physical store. The only difference being the physical store is physical and the e-com online store is online, but the rules are pretty much the same. I couldn't see myself handling 2 or 3 or 4 physical stores at the same time, because I knew that the attention required for me to blow up the first store, physical store or online store, that I was about to launch required my exclusive attention, and any other venture that I would give my attention to would significantly decrease my chances of hitting it big with the main business and becoming the #1 authority figure and the #1 leader within that niche. So that's why I decided to go all out, focusing on one niche, one brand, and just coming up with a strategy, with a plan to grow that business, that branded dropshipping store, from 0 to 5 figures within just a couple of months, and then 6 figures the first or second year, and then 7 figures the 4th year, and just keep growing steadily. I was not after speed of growth, I was more about sure growth. As long as the growth was consistent, was steady, I was fine with the growth being slow in the beginning, because I know for a fact that anything that starts off slow in the beginning has the higher odds of becoming consistent in the future, consistent in the long run. And that's how you build big brands that stand the test of time. Unlike something that starts off strong in the very beginning, gurus that flex 300, 400K, $500,000 or even $1 million a month in the first few months of launching that particular store, but then the store collapses, the performance goes down drastically, and then you are left with no business basically. So that's not what I was going after. Like I said, with my very first stores dropshipping, I faced this issue of massive inconsistency, which made me crave consistency so much that I was willing to accept the slow progress in the beginning, as long as it gave me the assurance that I was going to build a long-lasting store that is going to generate profits month in, month out, year in, year out, for as long as I run it. So the main takeaway from this video is that you should really pick something and go all out at it. Pick a niche that you are familiar with and a niche that is proven to generate sales, and build a brand around it. Find out the shortcomings of your competitors, and then just go all out and ignore everything else. You only have to focus on one thing and one thing only. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. I hope it's going to serve you well in your dropshipping journey. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.